Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and today's video, what I want to talk about is why I personally and strongly believe that MW2 and MW3 will be remastered over backwards compatible when Infinity Ward's next two games comes around. And the reason why I strongly believe this is because, well, it'd be probably better if I just showed you the sales for Infinite Warfare, but I'm not going to be a bully to Infinite Warfare anymore because it's no longer the newest Call of Duty in like the next few weeks or so. But like all jokes aside, in a serious way, the reason why I strongly believe that Infinity Ward's next two titles will have MW2 and MW3 remastered attached to them, just like MWR with Infinite Warfare this year. I just believe that because Infinity Ward has not been doing so well, like just in general for like the last few years. Their last strongest selling Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 3, and even then it still didn't fully get finished by them. They actually had tons of help from Sledgehammer and Raven. So the whole entire like industry for just Infinity Ward as a whole has been going down the toilet ever since Modern Warfare 3 because their first standalone Call of Duty was Ghosts. We all know where that went, and then Infinite Warfare, like that did even 10 times worse. So and I'm feeling that Infinity Ward is honestly getting to the point where if they can't pull a semi-decent game out of their butts, Activision will actually just let them go, and they'll probably get replaced with like Raven or something like that, because Infinity Ward, let's be honest, they're probably the least liked company out of all the three right now. Sledgehammer is even doing a lot better than them, and Sledgehammer was previously hated because of just Advanced Warfare, but they turned things around. But now let's go back to another thing that I want to talk about, is why I believe that it will be specifically attached to the Infinity Ward games that will be coming out later in the next few years. So the reason why is because Infinity Ward, like I said, they're not doing so hot. So I feel like that they're going to do, or at least Activision is going to do, is take MW2 and MW3 and attach them to no matter what Call of Duty that Infinity Ward is making, just for the sheer fact is that even though Ghost was a boots on the ground game just before Infinite Warfare, that still did bad. So I'm pretty sure Activision and Infinity Ward are all worried that no matter what they make, someone's just going to just like crap on the game and just hate it, even if it's boots on the ground or not. So I feel like that they'll just be better safe than sorry and attach a Call of Duty that people love and just make the graphics better and everything, despite the possible, or most likely adding a supply drops to it, just like MWR. So whatever Infinity Ward makes, whether it be Modern Warfare 4 or Ghost 2 but just a better version, or whatever, I just feel like that it would be better safe than sorry on both Activision and Infinity Ward's part, because MW2 and MW3 alongside Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 was like the four best selling Call of Duty games. Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops 2 was the complete peak of Call of Duty. It was always going up ever since MW3, but despite what the sales say about how Black Ops 2 is just a little bit under MW3, Black Ops 2 is kind of where the trail for Call of Duty ended there in terms of popularity and good reception. So let's think about it this way from a consumer standpoint. Would you guys want to see MW2 or MW3 be remastered over backwards compatible? A lot of people have different beliefs about this. Personally, what I would go with is I would just go with backwards compatible, because we all know where MWR went, and I personally don't want to have another epidemic like that again. I do not want to see supply drops in a game that didn't have them in the first place. I don't want to see it stuck to a game that I potentially may not like for $80 again. I just feel like that would be a bad marketing move for the consumer standpoint. But on Activision's standpoint, however, though, this would be a great idea, is because Infinity Ward is really, really on edge right now. They're probably just like super eager to just find out whether or not their game's going to be already bad in advance, so that way they can potentially make some last second changes, because that's pretty much what they did already with Infinite Warfare. They just tried to make it like Black Ops 3, because I bet you it would have been completely different if they didn't, find out that the futuristic setting wasn't going well earlier. But MW2 and MW3 were really good, so I feel that if they make MW4 or whatever, it would be a good pre-order bonus, or just a good game that you could attach to the game that Infinity Ward makes. But with Activision, I feel like that would be more their call than Infinity Ward, because I believe that Infinity Ward never really necessarily wanted to have MWR attached to their game. They probably thought the Infinite Warfare was good enough, and then they found out what the community thought, and they were just trying to please everybody. But they probably didn't want to have a whole nother game be attached just to sell their other game. That probably demoralized them a lot. So I feel like this would be Activision's call. I feel like Activision would be the ones to give the go, on whether or not that this game will be attached to, whatever Infinity Ward makes next. And I feel that this is only going to be if it's just Infinity Ward's games. I don't feel like that this will be attached to Sledgehammer or Darix games in the future because, one, it's not technically their games, and two, it would just be better because there really is no need to try to attach it to Sledgehammer or Darix games because it looks like they're both on the right track as companies. So as a whole, at the end all, I feel like that in 2019 and in 2022, wait, hold on, is that right? Yeah, 2022, that's going to be attached to Infinity Ward's next few games, just because they're not even backwards compatible yet. Because why in the world would you ever put Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts on the backwards compatibility list as a priority over MW2 and 3? It just doesn't make sense. It's all pointing towards that direction. But anyways, guys, I will see you all later. If you liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later. Peace.